So understanding the guilt-free writing. So the three concepts that you have to understand is how guilt connects to prioritization. I think we talk about this so much in the Hedgie House of what it means to prioritize your writing. But I think sometimes we think it means, okay, all I have to do is write, and that has to be priority. And then when life happens, we feel a lot of guilt for not showing up for our writing, or we do show up and we feel guilty for showing up for our writing when there's other things in our life. And so all of this is to say that in our mind, consciously and subconsciously, we have priorities. They usually align with our value, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they were habits that we taught ourselves to prioritize. So all of this is going to show us how to be more intentional with prioritization and how you can prioritize multiple things and still weave them together in a way that feels good. And that as long as you're looking at it with intention and you're understanding how everything connects with your values, um, there's going to be a lot less friction there for you. The second concept is what it means to honor your writing identity. That is also a big reason that we feel guilt as writers is because we don't always claim the name of writer and or author. And when you don't claim it and when you don't tell people this is who you are and this is what it means for you, it's a lot easy to brush it aside and say that it doesn't matter or say that when XYZ happens, then we can start prioritizing it. Um, you write, you are a writer. It is as simple as that. People want to complicate it for many reasons, and there's the only reason to complicate it for yourself is to bring guilt. That's the way that it kind of just happens. So you write, you show up to the Hedgie House, you're here, you're a writer. And that is enough to claim that identity. And so now we just need to start honoring it. Right. And then the third concept is this idea of momentum versus motivation. I personally don't love the term motivation. I think motivation um, gives us an out. We have to be motivated in order to do something. I think I do like inspiration. When you feel inspired, it can help you start to push the snowball, right? But momentum is what keeps you going. And so it's one of I think it's Newton's laws, like anything that is active stays in action, right? And this is also what Anya and Cody were kind of discussing. And I'm going to say it wrong, but the limbic friction.
Limbic friction.
Limbic friction. Thank you. Yes. Right. So if you're stuck, if you're still, it's going to be a lot harder to get going. But once you get going, that momentum builds. And so that's the importance of having a habit. And the way that you create a habit is through prioritization. And with writing, it's through honoring your writing identity so that we don't have to feel guilt, even if we have this habit.